Come try Burn Boot Camp East Nashville for 7 days free. We offer unlimited 45-minute trainer-led workouts that are a mix of strength, cardio, and conditioning. You'll never do the same workout twice. We have complimentary child watch so busy families can get their workouts in. We can also provide complimentary one-on-one meetings with a trainer to set and reach your goals, which includes body analysis, nutritional guidance, and much more. Burn Boot Camp East Nash is the most supportive community you will ever find. We want to help you reach your goals. We never charge late fees or cancellation fees. Give us a try for free today.
Yo, what's going on, Nashville Fit Fam? We are back with another episode with my girl, Savage. What's going on?
I got 3.
Yeah, I like it. It felt good. I feel like I just keep saying it. You know what I mean?
Usually I just say, hey, I'm Sav.
Yeah. Wow, your Franklin came out then. Hey, I'm Sav. Right. All of your Franklin came out then. That wasn't even cool. Nashville. Yeah, that was strictly backwoods
if
Franklin.
I try to sound cool, it's going to be even worse than that. you
know?
Like,
I understand.
Hey, I'm Sav.
Yeah.
But if I said like, yo, what's up? I'm Sav. Like, it just doesn't sound cool.
Did you have this is random, but I just made me think of it. Did you have a stage name?
No.
Like when you performed?
No, because I never wanted to be the main artist. I always played guitar for other people.
But still, like, you know what? This is what I think of.
No one cares about
Did you play bass or electric?
Electric guitar.
Okay.
Bass and guitar are different things. You know this, right?
No, but bass guitar. Not bass, not stand up bass.
Or the bass guitar that has 4 strings that are big.
Do you plug it in?
Yes, you plug it in.
So then it is a
bass
electric guitar.
An electric bass guitar. But then an electric guitar is a completely different.
Did you play bass or did you play the electric?
Electric guitar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
There's electric bass.
Sav, you are throwing off what I'm about to ask you. See, now I don't look at you the same anymore. Like, I had this whole vision of Sav on the stage. Do you remember, like, one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs is Dirty Diana. You know
It's a good one.
The guitar break on there?
Oh yeah.
I felt and he faded to the background, let her, like, that's how I see you, but now I don't see you that way anymore after the way you just attacked me.
I'm gonna play that just for you. I'm gonna tag you on my Instagram. Yeah. Bro.
Prove it.
I will prove that to you.
You got to prove it. I got to see it.
Homie, I got you.
I got to see it. Because that's like that.
I don't have a whammy bar, though, because he's win. That part, like, I can't probably do that.
Yeah, I was about to say, professionals don't need a whammy bar.
Yeah, but you got to really bend it.
I mean, if you know what you're doing, but I understand if you don't.
Well, then tell that to the guitar player on the track. Damn.
Come on. She's firing back.
Tell that to Eddie Van Halen. That's like his MO. But yeah, no, I could probably find a whammy bar.
Who's your favorite guitar player?
Oh, that's too hard.
You don't have one?
There's so many.
Nope.
It's not John Mayer, I'll tell you that.
I would hope not.
John Mayer's great, but everybody says John Mayer.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of guitar players.
I was going to put you like Jimmy.
Can you play Neon?
I thought you would say Jimmy. Wow.
Jimmy is up there,
okay,
for sure. I love Jimmy Page, too.
Okay.
So the black Jimmy and the white Jimmy.
There it is. Yeah. Nobody that you like modeled your style after?
No, because I got my own style.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I mean,
but I would say Stevie Ray and Jimmy would be closest to like my style, because blues, rock, R&B type stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many. And whenever you, like, because I studied music in college, so like when you study music,
see what you did there.
You
so that slight stunt shit. You did it. Well, I studied music in college.
Well, they expose you to so many.
Where'd you go?
You know, let's not.
Where'd you go to college again, Sam?
Berkeley, but not the smart people. Berkeley, the one with 2 E's.
No, you went to the prodigy school, Berkeley. Like,
they say
the kids are all prodigies. Like.
Did you see School of Rock ever?
I did, yeah.
You know what he says? Those who can't do, teach. And those who can't teach, teach Jim.
Wow. And here we are. And that full circle right here. Right. Brings us back to where we are. We are here with my guy, Demetrius Short. We're going to jump right into this thing. Man, well, first of all, you wear many hats, right?
Wow. And suits.
And suits.
Yeah. If you're not seeing the suit right now, if you're not seeing the YouTube,
but this thing is, it's a
fantastic.
It's a double breast with a stripe down the side that matches the bling around his neck.
Homie looks good.
It's a beautiful thing, man. It's not white. It's kind of cream. Is that cream?
Yeah, a little cream.
Yeah, it's like an off-white.
With the initials. See, I'm a detail person. With the initials on the cuff.
Oh yeah.
So I love it. Is that satin? Is that shirt satin?
Man, not satin.
Okay.
Cotton.
Okay. We're gonna jump into what we call a basket of debate. And we'll try to keep these debates to a minimum because last time we got on a roll.
Yeah.
So basically what this is, it's gonna be an open-ended question, and we'll just kind of debate whatever that topic is. We all take one, and then we'll read aloud and talk amongst ourselves. So, Sav, you want to start?
Sure. All right. We got the unsolicited spotter. Ooh. We shouldn't do this one because I want to get into it. Jim's savior or ultimate annoyance. Should random people be allowed to run over and yell, "You got this, bro," or is that the worst kind of gym invasion? Well, that's not spotting. If you're telling me you got this, bro, I'm going to be like, it's weird that you're running over to tell me that, but thank you. But like, if you randomly spot me, I'm going to have a problem. If I don't know you and you walk up to me and go like to spot me with a back squat or a bench press and I did not ask you for it, I'm going to be like, excuse me.
Even if you're in trouble?
Well, if I'm in trouble, I'm going to ask for help.
No, you're just in it. You go down some tweaks, honestly, maybe, and you're struggling coming back up.
I probably don't want help because I've bailed out of a bench press, which is like if you're gonna bail out of something and it's kind of weird and awkward looking, it's a bench press.
Yeah.
And I just literally, and I never put pins on the end, so I can bail out by myself because I don't want nobody spotting me. I don't want nobody near me unless I've asked you, hey, can you spot me?
Dumbbells or a barbell?
Barbell.
So you just dump?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Why?
Oh, that's horrible.
Why?
All that noise.
Well, I never bench press, so I don't really care.
Everybody's like, "Is she okay?" Like, yeah, I'm fine. No.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go there unless, that's when I would ask for a spot.
Okay.
And like I've done that twice where I've had to bail out by myself and people have run up and I'm not mad if I'm bailing or failing.
Yeah.
And you're running up, then okay, yeah, it makes sense that you would do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're just going to randomly spot me and I'm not struggling, I didn't ask for it, go away.
Yeah, if I'm not struggling, then don't do it. If I'm struggling, then it's like, because I've done it. Like, I'll watch someone like, oh, rep 5, bro, you might not make it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm just going to watch you and make it, especially like dumbbells, because dumbbells can get tricky. Or even like, I've also got pinned under a barbell too, and that's even worse when I have to say, hey, excuse me, hey, because I.
But if you didn't put pins on it, you could just get out of it yourself.
Prison rules, Sav. Lift it or die. Those are the options. You lift it or you die, right? Because I don't dump. Because then it's like
or you die.
Lift it or you die. Those are prison rules. So it's just like I live. If I get stuck, if I think I have one more that I don't, then I'm just gonna try to catch eyes. If we don't, then I'm like, hey, excuse me, hey, yeah, I can't lift my hands. Just you see it, you know what I need, bro. Just come over here. All right. No
what do you
ego
feel,
there.
Demetrius?
I'm kind of trying to make eye contact. If I see somebody struggling, I'm kind of like, hey, I'm like Gerald here, like, can you see him struggling? I know that ego gonna kick in, like, and I'm just like, you got it, but I wouldn't just come up to somebody and just intentionally try to spot.
Now, if it's a woman, she has to die. She's gonna die. I'm not gonna spot her.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
that.
like, especially like squatting. Sorry, ma'am.
The thing is, you should have put it on there, right? Is that you?
Playing.
Okay.
Hey, I'm not gonna come up behind you and spot you.
Yeah.
I think people over spot, and I think people spot for the gram.
Well, I think
You
if
need to know how to
you're
properly,
like, I think it's like sometimes people randomly ask you like, hey, now I don't even know. I don't know. I usually do this, but I don't know if I got it today. Will you just like spot me, right? And I'm like, yeah, cool, right?
But he asked you first.
He or she.
Yeah.
And I think there's a difference. I know the proper way to spot someone, but I spot men and women differently, right?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
I stagger my stance with a woman versus being like straight up on her. I'm gonna always stagger.
Yeah.
Because I'm strong enough to keep your chest up, right?
Yeah.
I'm strong enough to grab you here and bring you up here versus me having to. I just it's a personal thing, right?
Yeah. No, I get that.
So
and
yeah,
that's good.
even my clients, like I staggered it.
Like if you ask me, like, do you need a spot? And I might be like, you know what? Yeah. But like if you just run up and do it, it's weird.
I got it. All right. I have on the count of 3, everyone say their least favorite overused word of 2024.
Ooh.
Of 2024?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
2024.
I don't know. I can't. What do I have of 2024? I don't even. What was said in 2024? I don't know. Can we skip that one? Can I think on it?
High rocks.
Okay, let's think on it. High rocks.
I mean, it's not overused. I don't know.
I'm blank.
Yeah, me too. Go ahead. We'll come back to it. Go ahead. Go with yours.
So mine says, the naked locker room guy.
Oh,
Confident role model or just too much?
just too much.
Is strolling around the locker room and buff totally fine? Or should there be a designated put some pants on policy?
I think common courtesy says put some pants on.
Some pants on.
Right? Like,
Apparently, there were some dudes in Carbon taking pictures in the locker room while there were like naked people in there, and it's like they had to put signs up like "Don't take pictures in here."
Optimize You. We are a hormone therapy clinic dedicated to optimizing your hormones, enhancing your performance, and accelerating recovery. We understand that feeling normal has become a way of life. It's time to take a step of changing your life. If you don't feel good today, you're not going to feel good in 5 years, you're not going to feel good in 10. It's time to change your mindset to normal is not optimal. By us working with your hormones with a team who specializes in hormone therapy services that are tailored to meet your unique needs, everyone's different, helping you feel better mentally, physically, and sexually. Whether you're an athlete, a busy professional, or anyone looking to enhance their physical and mental well-being, come and start the conversation today with Optimize You. Take the first step by checking out our website, optimizeyoucenters.com, or taking a look at our newest location opening up in March in East Nashville.
of themselves?
Yeah, like they were taking,
was
but
it
somebody
like-
was in the background, and it's
Yeah.
like
Gotcha.
you can't like that
Yeah.
person is naked. Like,
Yeah.
you know. Like,
Yeah.
also, why are we taking videos in the bathroom?
for the gram.
Yep. Put some
People do
clothes on.
anything.
There's
for
a
clout,
posing
man.
room.
Yeah, but it doesn't give you the same feel as, like the whole
Toilets?
the whole get ready for me, the whole, it's a whole thing. I agree, but I
Yeah.
don't think you should be filming in there anyway,
Yeah.
right? But people
Yeah.
do.
I think do your thing. It's a locker room for a reason.
Change,
Be
but
naked.
we don't need to, and don't talk to me
Yeah,
while you're
please.
naked. Hey man, did I know you from
Yeah.
somewhere? Like no, sir,
Yeah, that's-
no, please, man, sir, no, I don't think we do.
That's like, would it be the equivalent of like, there's a line of urinals and then the guy chooses the one, right next to
you.
him?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yes,
why?
man code.
Yeah.
Code.
Yeah,
We
there's-
can't line up. Like if there's more, listen, you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me
I get it.
while both boys out. Okay.
Yeah.
How's your day going? No, I don't need. Listen,
we're not
I don't,
doing
listen,
that.
man, I'm right here at the wall. Right?
Chilly, huh?
Right? Yeah. It's cold out there.
Cold out there today,
Excuse me. Yeah, and then you skip a urinal. Like if
Yeah.
there's only two, then eyes forward, sir.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, we don't need to.
Yeah.
It's awkward enough here. Y'all have it a little easier, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but it was, I mean, if you go to a stall next to mine and there's like 8 stalls, I'm going to be like, okay, that's kind of weird, but
Yeah.
whatever. I don't really care. It's not like a urinal where we can see each other,
Yeah.
but if you start talking to me, then it's weird. It's like,
Yeah.
unless you need a tampon, like that, we probably will become friends. It's like, if there's no toilet paper, it's like, can you hand me some toilet paper?
How
It's
do
like, yeah, girl, I got you.
How do you
know?
how do you ask? How do girls ask?
I've
They
had to
don't
ask
have one.
before, like if I like realize there's no toilet paper or like
Is it
realize
a
I
knock
need a
or
tampon.
is it just, hey,
I'll
over?
just be like, hey, I know this is weird. I will literally just put it out there like, hey, I'm sorry. Can you pass me some toilet paper? There's none over here in this stall. And it's really not a big deal.
No, not toilet paper. Tampon.
That's also not a big, girls are like,
Yeah.
yeah, girl, I got you. Or like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't have one. I'm so sorry. Let me go find one. Like,
Yeah, now you're missing for it because
oh, that's like when you become friends with girls,
Yeah.
is like, if you need a tampon and you meet a girl that gives you that tampon,
like
you'll
a
never forget her
lifesaver.
face. Like,
thank you again so much. Like yeah.
It's not weird for girls to do that, I don't
Yeah.
think.
It's weird for me, like having female
Well,
clients.
you don't need tampons.
But like, I have female. I literally had to tell my wife I'm buying these for the gym,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I had a client mid-session started, and she was like, "Hell, do y'all have it?" And I was like, "I don't know. I think there's something in there." So she's like, "I gotta go." Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Say let right, and it's awkward for both of us because she's kind of
Good
like,
on you for going to get some.
yeah, but I hair ties, tampons,
Yeah.
all of that. Because do you have a hair tie? Like, no. Why would I have it? So I went and bought some. So I went and just bought some hair ties to keep in my gym bag. So I got hair ties. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
You're a great coach. Yeah. You go the extra. You're like an
Just
Uber driver in trainer world.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like,
What you need?
You got trainers who are like,
look at my bag.
you know, whatever. But you're like the one that rolls up with the lights inside and the cooler.
Water. Yeah, it's whatever you guys need is back there.
You want some champagne?
Mints, yeah, I got everything
like,
for
am I in
you.
a Jeep Liberty and we're drinking champagne? This is great. Like, would you like a breath mint? Wow.
Let's jump into my guy, Demetrius, man. Man, first of all, let's jump into the obvious, the suit.
What's the reason for it, right?
What's the reason behind the suit?
I mean, 5th grade, I started wearing suits to be like my dad. You know, 5 brothers, a sister. Mom didn't work, but she had the hardest job. 5 boys and a girl at home. Dad worked at UPS, so he got away, and he was my role model.
Yeah,
I didn't have to look outside the home. Up every day again. Imagine 5 boys. I mean, I asked them now, how did y'all not lose y'all mind?
Yeah.
Sports.
Where were you in the?
I'm the middle.
Lineup? The middle.
Number
okay.
3. Number 3, 2 years apart. Alton and Chris, Demetrius. My sister now, Iris, twins, 11 months apart. So I'm the big little brother for 11 months. We're the same age.
Yeah. So me and my sister, we call them ghetto twins.
Yeah.
But Irish
twins.
twins. But we're 14 months apart.
Oh, wow.
And I'm the youngest. So we're the Yeah.
I'm right there in the middle. So little, big, older brothers. I'm just that personality, the mediator, the president, El Presidente, bringing everybody together. Got stuck in the middle. Man.
Yeah, we'll get into your other title as well. But
this suit, my mom and dad, of course, thought it was a fad. I got to put a little bow tie on, and I went to school. He'll grow out of it.
Yeah.
5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, high school. Star quarterback, shortstop, 3-sport All-American, Mr. Mount Healthy, homecoming king. Popular, 16 clubs, 3.6 GPA, and literally coming to school with a suit and a briefcase, balling this, going football Friday nights, balling the suit up, going to the party with a suit on. Like, this dude is old and weird.
Yeah. He knows his worth.
I didn't know then that, God was just really preparing me for 30 years later, this brand of success. I just kept with it, arrived at Fisk, same thing. Alligator skin shoes. Always loved the dress. Yeah. Always sharp and meticulous in the dress. Just make you feel good. Success was always in my DNA. Got the Fisk. Had to pull my license out because all the students trying to bond, and they're thinking I'm a teacher. They're running away from me. I'm like, I'm 17. They're like, no, you had to pull my license out. This fool 17, man, you old, man. I'm like, and so again, that became kind of the brand in college, and the story behind it was just, man, struggling going through school, and I just felt more comfortable when I went to the game room, suit and tie on, playing ping pong. If I came in jeans or anything, we gonna get them. But with that suit on, I'll throw that tie behind my back, whooping them. I just felt comfortable, and it just stayed with me for years. So I never grew out of it.
I love that.
And still today, I'm more comfortable in the suit than I am in anything else.
And now you're running 5Ks.
Yes, indeed.
Full suit.
Full suit, sneakers. I mean, my story with, being an athlete, and, I at least thought I was going to at least get a D3 scholarship.
Yeah.
Again, we ran the wishbone, 39-9 in high school, great third baseman, shortstop in baseball, and I'm smart.
That's the best position.
My parents like, okay, this kid, Demetrius, we're not worried about. Let's try to inspire these other kids to go to. Don't you want to go to school? Yeah. Demetrius is cool. And I didn't get a scholarship. I mean, I took for granted my intellect. I took for granted my charisma because everybody did things for me. Oh, Demetrius, you're going to be okay. I let my guard down. My dad would constantly say every now and then, you might want to check on if those coaches sent your tapes. Man, come on, they got me. I'm the pride of Mount Healthy High School. I'm good. And I learned the hard way. Always take care of your business because in sports, it's next man up. When you can no longer do it, they're looking like, oh, D's graduating. Yep. Who's the next?
Who's next? Yeah, we're looking at next season already.
And that's it. Already looking at, and I learned the hard way, and I learned that lesson. So my dad's trying to drive me around just to get me in school. Again, 3.6. I mean, somebody's going to take you. And I just kind of, the deadlines are going, calling Morehouse. Everybody, hey, our scholarships are over. come down and play 1 year at $32,000. No, that ain't an option because we didn't have a plan B. My parents had no plan B for me.
Yeah.
He's smart and he's athletic. He'll either get a sports scholarship for a partial sports, partial academics, and I didn't have anything and came to Fisk in 1992. My godfather had my resume and he said, with all these sciences, man, he ought to consider Fisk. I said, Fish? Didn't know about an HBCU. My first question was, do they have a football and a baseball team? No. I'm like, I ain't going. Yeah. My dad said, D, just get in school and just transfer. Do one semester, get in to keep your eligibility and go. And I came down, the sign at Fisk was down. I'm like, but then I went to the library, Nikki Giovanni, Frederick, and as a 17-year-old going in the library and the whole library was black. Yeah. I had this epiphany like, oh, so Black history is not just 30 days. Mm-hmm. It gave us the freedom, not again, to just, all the black talent and
Fisk
Jubilee. Oh man, Fisk Jubilee singers, Rosa Parks, Frederick Douglass.
You actually posted about that.
Yeah. W.B. Du Bois. I'm like, Du Bois went here? Yep. What?
It's important to know.
So that caused me to just at least get in. I'm a transfer. I'm on the Fisk where they're doing all the construction, man. That was a baseball field of grass, no dirt. Yep. We were the Bad News Bears. Literally 10 guys barely. And the coach was like, anybody can play. We need 2 more. Yeah. You'll get a free lunch, a hotel room. Hey, I ain't played in 20 years. Let's go. Literally the Bad News Bears, no football. And I just, the cost of education. I'm like, wow, is this how much school athletes never see the bill?
No, and Fisk is a private school.
Private and expensive. That was 92, 100 and something thousand. And my parents had no money. This is not supposed to happen to this kid. Where are you going to get the money from? And I just came down here, no car, no scholarship. And I ended up sleeping on the floor. Again, the shame, the depression I went through, early 90s. Again, we weren't doing this mental health and wellness. A man who's $500 shoes, looking the part. I mean, I'm walking through Fisk. Oh, man, you fly. And having to walk, to the bus line and walking 3-4 miles, just tears coming out my eyes. My parents didn't know. How do I go back and tell Cincinnati? The dude that's going to make us proud is sleeping on the floor, has no food. So I went through the darkest time in my life. But I just did not quit. I walked from Fisk to HCA, which was on Murphy Road, 3 or 4 times a day. I went down from a 3.6 to a 1.8 academic probation and went almost 2.5 extra years, not registered. Went to class every day, not registered. Took me almost 7 years to graduate. I learned perseverance. I learned that this was creating something that I did not know then, but that I live now as a successful nonprofit CEO who now takes that suit, that walk, that struggle. It wasn't the Gulch in 90.
Yeah.
It was hood. It was Hermosa Street. Yeah. And a dude in a briefcase walking to work, pit bulls, drug dealers looking at me like, dude, homie, what you doing? What you doing, man? Oh, he got them gators on. I never got attacked. I just was protected. But with those tears, I didn't know that pain was going to turn into a platform. Yeah. And I vowed when I graduated, got my dream job with IBM, making $67,000, married my beautiful wife, went to Carolina, again, $67,000. I persevered and got this great job. Mm-hmm. And I came back as now an IT professional. And I walked at Fisk Homecoming that route, screaming. The pain was oozing out because I'm going, why this way? And it was during that walk that God just really spoke at me, said, every step you took was a step towards your success. You did not quit. And and that time was when the nonprofit and the idea, I'm going to run in a suit and sneakers to commemorate my struggle and help one kid, give a little $500 scholarship. I'm 25 years later. Thousands of students, thousands of dollars in scholarships. So that's the story of the suit. I made a vow that I will run it the way I walked it to help students say, do not quit. Yeah. I ain't going to help you. Yeah. Don't quit at mile 1, 2, 3. At the finish line, there are organizations that will help you. And that's where the organization started.
Man, I absolutely love that story. And you kind of touched on it a little bit, but I want to double back to it. I'm very sane, but originally from Florida. I literally grew up on FAMU's campus, always on campus. My whole family went. They're still mad I didn't go there because I came here. But I had never heard of Fisk. Yeah. I first found out about Fisk, of course, from a girl, right?
It was 16-1, bro. I was happy when I got there. Thank you, Dad. 16-1 of the baddest looking girl. I'm like, whoa, yes. Thanks, Dad.
For real. I met this girl and we were talking. And I just got here. It's like my first semester in Tennessee. Never heard of Fisk. She's like, oh, I go to Fisk, XYZ. So we were hanging out. She's like, oh, I got to leave. I got a curfew. Like, and I was like, you got a curfew? Because I'm at MT. Like, we move how we move, right? Like,
not at Fisk.
And she was like, I got a curfew. Like, they locked the doors at like, I think it was like 10.
I didn't know that.
Aunties and uncles, Sav. Aunties and uncles. I'll call your mama.
Yeah, like, you can't come in.
I'm grown.
Wow.
Like, so I'm thinking she's lying. I'm like, nah. And she's like, I'm telling you, like, I either stay here with you tonight or I gotta leave right now. That's my options. And we were like, I didn't know like that for her to be staying with me. Like, so I was like, man, go ahead. So that's how I learned about Fisk. Ended up, visiting and then learning all of the history about Fisk. Not just like beyond the Jubilee Singers, like the best of the best when it comes to Black intellects.
Engineering
Fisk, right?
and all that,
So my question to you is, how do you feel like Fisk or, the HBCU experience kind of shaped you into who you are and what you are today?
Man, when Miss Fielder told me and said, you got a baseball game today? I said, yeah. She said, sir, you got to choose between your brain and these sports. And I said, well,
sports.
I'm going sports. So she said, I'm gonna call your mom. Okay, you explained that you try to go to college to spread your wings, and I said auntie and uncles. What I learned that the teachers there, small classrooms, when you look at the plethora of intellect and the top again, we're top 10 every year in U.S. News and World Report. People kid us about you don't have a football team, but I'm like, are you in U.S. News and World Report? That's our rebuttal to everything. You got sports, but my degree, my resume next to yours, Fisk gonna get it because of the esteem, the Black Harvard that comes with it.
You can't do forever to make money.
You can't do it.
So at the end of the day,
these
you
teachers,
can do it, but not for money and dough. A lot of guys, leave the NFL and they're like,
don't know what to do.
I agree, but and I think that's the HBCU experience.
They're pulling for you. I mean, it's to sit down and know that they'll challenge you again and say, I mean, they called your parent. People died for you to miss 3 classes,
man,
and that's the challenge. And it was every day.
Yeah,
small classes you can't hide. You miss. They will call you and say, Mr. Short. They know, I mean, when you write your letter of recommendation, they would sit there and quote, you told me 3 years ago that you repeat it back because it's small and they become aunties and uncles.
Yeah.
Bigger schools, all my boys went to Ohio State. 64,000 students, 10,000 in the class. The teacher's like, but it's like, come to my office, you're failing. I'm gonna work with you because too much was in the line for this. And the Underground Railroad is right. We used to sneak under Cravath.
Up under.
And to see the canteens, to see the change. I'm gonna let Rosa down. I'm gonna let John Lewis down by getting in here and punking out. So that was the thing that inspired me. I felt like I had that epiphany of, man, it's gave me the freedom to love who I am. And welcome it. And you have advocates every day to say, we're expecting you to be the next generation of leaders. And that's where all the leadership and the astuteness and me giving back to make sure that pipeline and that message is continued. I live it out. And that's why I'm 25 years doing what I do.
Man, I love that. And then culturally, I think, I just remember like my first psychology 101 class at MT. Was in a lecture hall of 300 people, and it's like a movie theater, right?
Yeah,
I went to an all-black high school. This is like, so my first.
I couldn't see that. That's when I found out I needed glasses.
Really?
In a big class.
I couldn't see the board.
I went in there and I was like, they'll never know if I'm not here. And I took advantage, like, they'll never know. She don't know.
Oh, yeah.
That's like, she would never know if I'm not here.
I had a buddy that we would do that with. Like, she would get the notes for me in one class, and I would get the notes.
And so, again, I didn't know anybody, so I'm just like, I'm missing class. And I think you touched on it a little bit is, culturally, like, we're expected to take the mantle and take it to another level. Like, to your point, you had so many reminders of people that had come before you. And I actually have a screenshot of something saved in my phone, but it said your ancestors did more against more, right?
Wow.
So you don't. So you're not allowed to quit. Right. So what you're going through right now, they would thank God for that. Right? That's all you got to do.
Don't waste this moment. Yeah.
And so when you think about those, and you have those constant reminders around FISC, right? FISC is and I'm using this term loosely, holy ground. There's certain parts like at BCC Bethune, and I'm not sure if it's at FISC or not, but Bethune-Cookman College, you can't walk on the grass because there's no shortcuts. So there's sidewalks for a reason. So you can't walk across. So they're teaching all this stuff is like instilled in you as you're going through the campus. You walk, like, people will check you. Other students, get off the grass. Or where you like it's a thing of having pride because you walk on the grass. The campus looks different now when you walk across the grass, right? And there's no shortcuts in life. But to your point, all of those things were instilled in you, and you're still using those things 25 years later. How the way you were brought up and the challenge that you face are a little different than this generation. How are you still communicating? Because I don't know it. I could be wrong. I don't know that it means as much anymore. So how do you still communicate backwards?
I want to know what you mean by that.
So again, we were just talking about, historically, like, I know, like, and I'm younger than you, but my mother, like, my parents are like the first generation out of segregation. Like, my mother remembers, like, she was like the first people that got to go to school with white people.
Right. And it was a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
You're right.
Right. Those are the people that raised me. But there was also, like, you have to understand, like, just because the school's segregated, the thought process is not. And 100%. So you have to, like, the way I was raised to look at life and to go through life was probably different. But we're a couple of generations removed, right? Okay. So even, there's a quote that says, hard times create hard men. Hard men create easy time. Easy times create weak men. So then the cycle repeats.
Yeah.
I think we're in the...
Hard men create easy times. Easy times.
We created easy times for our kids. We had it, like, my mother created easier for me. We create easier for them. Now it's really like it's easier. So you communicating your story. You're like, oh man, that's you. I didn't have to go through all that. Like, I won't have to do through all that, right? So how do you go back and say, hey, listen, because now W.B. Du Bois seems so long ago. Yeah. Not irrelevant, but kinda, right? So the things that motivated you when you looked and saw an all-black library, I got that on my phone, bro. I ain't going to the library. Like, I ain't even in there. I'm on my laptop, right? So because the world has changed so much, how do you communicate to continue to carry that mantle from a FISC, from an HBCU, from anybody standpoint?
We have a solution. I mean, when I started that race, and it just started as a fundraiser of me, running in a suit, giving away scholarships, I became the young alumni chairman at FISC 2 terms. So now I'm in a seat of power, working with the general. Everyone has a general alum, but this is right in 2008, right when the group of young people at HBCU started creating a smaller, younger alum, because the general, I mean, you go to homecoming, you got somebody sitting in a chair that graduated 70 years ago, playing checkers and eating fried chicken, but then you have these young people who are out dancing, stepping it up, doing the thing. And so the general would get mad at the young and say, they don't give. I said, nope, they want to give, but you're disconnected. We don't write checks. Yes. It took me 5 years to get a square. Right when Square came out, they would not give me permission to get a square because they didn't understand the digital divide. So what we did was we created a mentor program called 50-50. So I got the race, I'm giving scholarships, I'm running in the suit, 100 students, 200 students, it's growing. But then I started mentoring and connecting students to alum. That was my job. I was in charge of students when they, juniors and seniors, to help them get across the stage, but then matriculate into the real world and connect them with an alum who's doing exactly what they're doing, which is why our program at Transformation Life Center, our staple program to answer your question for 20 years, it's called Pathway to Success Leadership Academy. I take students on a journey. Life is not straight, right? There's hills, valleys, detours, roadblocks, and this last one, even dead ends. How do we take these young people who's John Lewis, who's in this and that, TikTok, everything's digital. We now create a workshop where we teach them through our Pathway to Success Leadership Academy. We bring in thought leaders, we bring in influencers, subject matter experts, and they go through 12 to 15 courses on networking, resume writing, LinkedIn profiles. One of our most famous sessions is Black in Corporate America. We bring in white and black employers, put them on a panel and allow them to talk about, you can walk in the room and be the only you, which I was at IBM. When I walked in at IBM, we were like the hidden treasures, because my mentor, a black female growing up in IBM, if you know about IBM, International Business Machines, white male dominated. She was the only black in the C-suite, and she hired me and 3 other girls, and we walked in. I sat at my desk, I'm putting the picture of my fiance at that time up, and the girl next to me said, "Who are they?" Called me a they in 1999, because she'd never seen 4 intelligent, qualified black students come in, but Robin broke the norm and said, Demetrius deserves a seat. And so Black in Corporate America means you females, right? You're a double minority. How does a 22-year-old on the first day of work walk into their first meeting, go into a room at 22? We've learned, right? And sit in a meeting and look around and say, the little microaggressions, right? Oh, you're a female, you don't belong in here. All the jokes from powerful men, it can be intimidating.
What that was like.
An inferior complex. But we said, nope, stick your chest out. But how do you maneuver that? So we do it, Gerald, and we start this Saturday, our 15th edition. We have 31 college students from 7 universities. They are going to be in the 15th annual Pathway to Success Leadership Academy, and we're going to teach them all the tools and equipment for them as symbolic of the race. It's going to be a doctor. It's not going to be easy, but we're going to connect you with doctors, black and white, who love future leaders in Nashville. It's going to take all of us, because I went from Wakanda at Fisk to the real world at IBM, and I was the only black. I'm like, wait a minute. So we get Belmont and MTSU students. We bring them all in, and we teach them at the end of the day, you can be a leader. We believe in you, but we're going to equip you. So now they're learning some of the old school things. One of the topics is communication, networking. We have students that won't even respond to a text in 3 days.
Jeez.
I have a 20-year-old daughter, right? Now the text work, but when she need 100 to get them skates. Hey, Dad. But when I'm like, hey, Amaya, 3 days later, hey, Dad, I was you busy. What was you doing? You ain't doing. So, and this is across
Gerald,
the board. No, they don't read emails.
Excuse me.
Do they read email? Gerald, they don't send emails. But guess what happened last week? We sent out 4 mock. It's Hands-On Leadership Academy. We sent out 4 mock emails with different scenarios. One that said, hey, you're late on this project. How do you respond? To teach them how, and it's no right or wrong, but do you ignore it and lose your job? We're connecting with them.
How do you face that?
How do you face it in real life things? Because what I've seen is just a shortage of, here's the key word, basic soft skills. This has stolen so much of the daggone, how do you shake hands? Do you go to the network event and eat all the shrimp because you're a hungry college student, you pocket your pocket and get fired? Like, what is he doing? So,
or you just don't know how to communicate.
You don't know.
We are so, we talked about it on our last podcast with Jordan, how Netflix, social media, scrolling, we're alone. We have ways to be alone.
I gotta pause you guys. We gotta take a quick break. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Here in Nashville for the 7th Country Music Marathon and Half Marathon. I think it says a lot about the city of Nashville, what it has to offer.
Guys, we are back with Demetrius, and we were talking a little bit about your story, and we were talking about what did you call that?
Pathway to Success Leadership Academy.
Yes. And I do want to get into talking about the race itself, but you do have to go here soon because you're a busy man, and you have a $10,000 grant is what I'm hearing.
We're heavy into grant season. We're raising money to fund all these amazing programs. So it's hot and heavy. We're thankful for all our supporters and sponsors and grantees.
Course, yeah. That's amazing. So before you dip out of here to get that $10,000 grant, which you so deserve, let's talk about the race itself. What does that look like?
Wow. On September 13th, I will stand in line with 1,000 runners for the 15th year and look around at underserved kids, black, white, 80-year-old strollers and babies, and turn around and say, life is not easy for anyone, whether you look successful or not. Again, there's hills, valleys, detours. And then I will turn around, and for the 15th year on September 13th at Shelby, I'm your favorite race director. I promise you no heels. Yeah. It's fast. So if you're a rookie and scared to run, look, come out. The joy of seeing CEOs flying from all over the world, Gerald, in suits. Now, females are coming in. We had our first Hillary suit one day. Little girl came with a pantsuit, and they made her. Hey, you heard that? Wait a minute, did we get that? Okay, so we got that right now, loud. So sad. Hey, come on.
Actually, if you asked me to come in a dress, I'd be like, can I wear a suit?
Come on, pantsuit, ladies, men, because it's success. My dress and what the brand has done. A little kid who's hopeless, who doesn't know where his dad is, living on Lafayette, North Nashville, anywhere, to turn around and see that he has this army of people who can look at him and say, I don't care how hard it is. I struggle. You can make it. And see those kids and those college students walk or run 3 miles. Again, it's symbolic of life. I don't give you a dime if you quit. Unapologetic. We're not, this generation, we need leaders. Our future, I'm 51. One of these kids may bring my great-grandchild into the world. Do I want them cutting corners? One of them may perform surgery on as a future doctor who's a student right now struggling. So that race, September 13th, we're going to tote that line. We did 119,000 last year. The day of the tornado.
Wow.
I'm like, wow, okay, so maybe we need to send another tornado. That was our biggest year. But, we're going to line up. There's a 1 mile fun run, so you can go around Sevier Lake. Beautiful. Mom, daughter, family, bring your kid out the dog. There's a 1 mile, and then there's a 3 mile. And it's all about, it's more than a race. It's a pathway to success. We run and we walk, and our feet help fund Pathway to Success Leadership Academy and our Brown Boys Read program, where we're inspiring the love of reading through the love of running to help Black and brown boys improve reading proficiency, outrun childhood obesity, and live healthier and fuller lives. One race supports literacy. It's a disease. Pull the stats. It's a disease. Obesity. Kids who are eating out of Dollar General. Some of our kids, their best meals is the one they get at Brown Boys Read. A hot dog, a bag of chips, they may not eat for 3 or 4 days. So our feet are scholarships. They're funds. So for $50, you can come out, and all of us together, a lot of people doing a little, will help future leaders in Nashville to thrive. And it all happens at the 15th annual Steps of Success 5K.
Coming. When is it?
September 13th. Shelby Bottom start at 7:30 in the morning. We'll be done by 10. And we throw, and I think Terry can agree, the baddest after party in Nashville called More Than a Race After Party at 9 o'clock that night. We headed to Analog.
Let's go.
At Hutton. DJ Smoke, Grammy Award winning. Terry had a little funky foot going last year. We dancing. All the runners, all the sponsors come downtown Nashville, and we dance for 3 hours, and we celebrate all the winners and everything.
Day.
Come on. Run in the morning, party at night.
Raising money for children and just a good cause. Exercising and ending the day in dancing. Are you kidding me? That is my ideal day.
7 to 11.
I just want to see this funky step that Terry.
Oh, come on, man.
I do too.
Just so I can see Terry over there in the corner. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Wow. I'll do that with you.
Before I get you out of here, man, I want to touch on the other hat that you wear. You're also a minister.
Man, wow, 30 years.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. You got the voice
hear
for it.
Yeah, you hear the voice. You probably knew that before.
Can't
you said
hide it at all.
Can't hide it at all. I have a question that I want to ask you, and I ask a lot of pastors this question, like when we talk one-on-one, and the question is geared towards the Black church. What role do you feel like you have as a minister to make sure that the Black church is healthy? We are, to your point, we are, it's February. I'm not sure when this is coming out, but right now it's February. We're in the middle of Black History Month. Black and brown people make up the most in every bad category. High blood pressure, we lead.
Yep.
High cholesterol, we lead.
Ooh-wee.
Obesity, we lead. PCOS, we lead. I'm sure there are others. What do you feel like your responsibility is as a pastor? It's not, and you grew up in Cincinnati. I grew up in Florida. I can guarantee we both did the same thing at the church.
Yes, indeed.
Right? I
Yes,
guarantee you that
indeed.
the meal was you see it in your head right now. We can probably get
In the fellowship hall, we grab hog marks and cornbread.
Right?
Right.
What role do you feel like as
Better
a minister
music.
we
Wow.
have to make sure that we pivot from that? And I understand, like, culturally, there are some things that we eat, right? But there's also, this is always my argument, our community, just in the world as well, but definitely in the Black community, our community is surrounded by food. If you die, what happens? Somebody brings you food.
Right.
You want to celebrate? What happens? Somebody brings you food, right? If it's just a regular day, we got paid on Friday, what happens?
Wings
Somebody,
and things.
right?
Wings and things.
wings and things. Friday night was fish night. You fried fish, right? So we're surrounded by food. Again, brings back to my original question, and then we'll get you out of here. What role do you feel like ministers should have in making sure that their congregation is healthy?
You're looking at it. I was a drummer. So me and Saf we gonna rock out.
We got a jam.
She gonna run in a suit with me this year, and we maybe at the after party
You probably
get
got the
you on
gospel
there,
shops.
man.
Yeah,
I got
we talked about that.
I
We
don't
talked
think
about that.
I got chops. I got chops.
Don't even. Okay, I didn't.
Woo! I mean, I went from drummer to lead pastor. Never want to accept this. So to go from drummer and then to win your church with leadership, to go to a youth pastor over youth, again, same thing in education, to be in control of FISC. For 20 years, I'm in charge of ensuring that kid comes off FISC campus and matriculating to, that's a lot of responsibility. And then campus pastor, then the lead pastor. I did that. I love the building.
Yeah.
In the building, Sunday morning, right? You got 2 services. But then Monday, you don't remember my 3 points and then Wednesday night, what? Red Bull moment, hour of power.
Yeah.
And so I took to the streets, put some ripped jeans on. I said, if I'm going to cultivate the young people, I got to look like them, smell like them. I got to be hip.
Smell like that.
And I never mentioned pastor.
Yeah.
People, I don't even say it because then it becomes this, I can't be.
Yeah, you tighten up a
I
little
gotta
bit,
be,
yeah.
no, I'm like, dude, man, people drank around me. They did this. I did fashion. I did Fantasia shoes. I was in fashion. They didn't even know for years.
Just a subtle flex. He's done fashion for
Personal
Fantasia.
shopper for years, selling shoes and NFL ball players all over just buying. But when I got in that box, I felt like we were trapped. And then I'm looking at the messes. I'm looking at my budget saying, and I'm running with James Crum, and I'm running with East Nashville and everyone. I'm a marathon
Shout out,
runner.
James.
And I'm like, but nothing in my messaging is feeding the soul. I want to get you to heaven and live right.
Yep.
But we're killing ourselves on
We're
earth.
here.
So I started implementing in my church and challenge pastors, where is your message series on and be in good health? It's in there. What about diabetes attacking in the Black church? It's not gun violence that's killing Black men. It's hypertension.
Yep.
Look it up. Hypertension is killing Black men more than it's not gun violence. It's hypertension and stress. So I incorporated health initiatives into my church, and then I went to other pastors and challenged them. I'm like, you're overweight, preaching on everybody else's sin.
Come on now.
but you're 480 pounds.
Yeah, you can't make it.
You can't put that fork down.
Yeah.
She can't put her drink down, but you sure can't put a daggone fork down. Same strong. The message is discipline.
Yeah.
You're not going to hell. It's discipline. So incorporating those messages in, and then going out to other churches and challenging pastors. Hey, let's me and you, man. Pastor Short, man. I ain't like you, man. I'm like, no, you can't sit here and tell me some of you are going to die prematurely. God's saying you should live to 60 because of your bad habits, you're going to die. God Almighty is not going to help you eating them pork rinds every day. You're going to kill yourself, and your parents going to say, well, God, nope. And God's going to say, you could have controlled that. So I started challenging them. Of course, they'll get mad at me. Oh, Short, that's not important. It is. If I am going to live to 80 and 90, but my bad habits it's going to cut me off to 40, 50, 60, that's on me. So implementing a meal. We started with just one type of meal because if they see the pastor do it, this is what I challenge them. I say, if they see you do it,
they're going to follow in line.
They're going to follow in lines. They entrust you with the word and this message, but we're so heavily minded, but no earthly good. And so it's putting that healthy meal. Hey, kitchen cabinet. You got them old, come on, you got the Medias back there.
Man.
They pour them big things up, boy. They got the apron on. What you want? Pastor, you them big arms. You know a meal is good when you got big arms, man. When them things hanging, them green beans and collard greens. You walk in the black church and a bunch of skinny people, the meal ain't gonna be good, man. You need some meatballs back there. But you have to challenge them.
Sweat's the real barbecue place in Nashville.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where you find that.
And it was hard because they talk about the taste and this. I said, but look, the message, and pastors who are listening, if you they will follow. Where you lead, they will follow. Implement one healthy meal. And you eat in that fellowship hall because it's fellowship hall, right? After service, go and eat. It's family. But say this month, it's going to be healthy choices. Kitchen staff, I want baked chicken. I want fresh greens. Let's get our children and break this curse of diabetes that's just prevalent in the church and in our community by showing them habits early. And we're all going to do it. And this is what they'll do. They'll bring me a different meal because me and Vanessa going to eat the same thing. And when they see that it's important for me, it's important for them. So the break it is to implement health and wellness initiatives into the word because it's in there that your soul may prosper and be of good health, but we just don't bring it. So I challenge every pastor. Heaven's great, and I want to get there one day, but I want to be rich, influential, and have a great looking body like this man while I'm here. I want to rock out at 51, so let's do the daggone thing now.
Man, I love that. And
that's the message.
We're going to wrap because I know you got to get out of here, man, but we like to leave our guests with the last word. So it can be fitness, it can be about, definitely make sure you plug the race again, but it can be spiritual, whatever's on top of your heart right now, man. This is your time to tap in with our viewers and leave them with something.
I'm gonna give you exclusive. So over the 25 years, Harvard degree, nonprofit leadership, pastor, influencer in health and wellness, crazy black guy running in a suit and sneakers, got his name on a Saucony shoe. All of that is great, but here's what I'm gonna offer as an exclusive to Nashville Fit. Nobody knows. I'm going to launch my consulting company called Don't Fall Short. This is going to be separate from nonprofit. I am a motivationalist. I'm an inspirationalist. Don't Fall Short will help work with the fitness community, churches, and universities worldwide to help push leaders and individuals beyond that stopping point and help them and their organizations thrive. So it could look like this. Hey, Nashville Fit Magazine, I want your leaders. Come to my office. You all are now sitting in a seat because it's to much given, it's much required. Who's pouring back into this man? Who's pouring back into you when you have a bad day and you're fake smiling and you're going through the hardest day of your life? When them tears and darkness are coming down, but you got to get the next morning because you can't let your staff and your trainers and your employees see you crack. I want to get leaders and organizations and inspire them to don't fall short. Inspire and be accountable through workshops, small groups, and personal mentoring sessions to help individuals create a pathway to success in whatever they're going to do. So look out for that coming out. Don't Fall Short. My Instagram is at Mr. Don't Fall Short. That's Demetrius Short. It'll be a new platform for me. But September 13th, I hope we see you at Shelby Bottoms. The registration link is out there again. $50. You see the bling we give. We give the biggest bling and the best tech shirts for $50. All the money goes to support. I thank you also very much. Again, Transformation Life Center is blessed, and we're 15 years of creating a pathway to success for future leaders in Nashville. So what you invest in on that day may turn out to be a lawyer, a doctor, a pastor, a fitness trainer, because we took one day to help them out. Across the finish line.
Wow. I love that so much, man. This was good.
I wish we had a little more time. Me too. Can I come with you?
Come on, hey.
We'll see you guys next time you press play. I am D. Gerell Webb. This is my girl.
What's up, guys? I'm Sav.
And we'll see you guys.
Wow.
Everybody's a peace sign. I was like.